Fatu again. Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes. Jacob Fatu, he continues to try to attack Roman Reigns and Jimmy and Jey Uso. And now he laid the entire Bloodline out on Raw Monday night. So you weren't around with me to talk about this. So what were your thoughts on the whole build and the whole storyline when it comes to Jacob Fatu against Roman and the Usos?
My favorite thing about it has been that it's been taking place on both shows. Roman and Jacob been having the verbal joust on Monday, and then meanwhile the Usos come back on Friday and are confronting him and trying to make him see things from a different view. You get the MFTs getting involved, still keeping the whole group. Then we're also getting my guy Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys, somewhat funneled into this, giving Jacob a single ally. So I love the continuity of overseeing at the beginning and the end of the week. It's definitely the best thing WWE has going right now.
So I talked about this too, and I never really got your take on this, but do you have Bloodline fatigue or has this, or does this feel more fresh?
So great question. It's like, there are times where fatigue is probably the right word. I'm not completely exhausted by it. I enjoy the idea of like when Roman first asked him, he's like, hey, I don't want, you guys to serve me. I just want you to like be family, be with me. There's a lot of reminiscent things about the start of this storyline to when Bloodline and Roman as a tribal chief started 6 years ago. Plug and play with the characters. Like if we can get Solo and Tama and Tala involved in it, I love the idea of what I feel like the only thing Jacob kept saying, he's like, I want to take everything from you, everything. So I keep anticipating at some point the Usos got to turn on Roman. There was also, I don't know if you saw it on social, but there was like a clip where when they're chanting one more time, Jacob leaves and he talks to the camera. Y'all not getting it. Y'all ain't getting that from me. So I guess they're now maybe going to try to paint him as a heel, at least have him try to portray one. But at the same time, that makes it more exciting for me because he's so beloved. Are we trying to force him as a heel now? It makes me want to see what's going to happen on Monday. Like, am I just misreading that situation? Is he right in between? I think he's the perfect guy that the whole family can be involved, and it's not exhausting. It's not like watching Roman versus Jay. It's not watching Roman versus Solo. Like this is a fresh take. And obviously from the match at Backlash, we know is somebody that can go with Roman. And you sit there and say, could he end his title reign?
Yeah. So I like the whole, like you said, the whole dynamic of like, I need this. And the fact of like, when you guys were running the show, I was hustling. I was out. I was homeless, and et cetera, like that. I thought it brought a whole different dynamic other than like, it's still the family dynamic, but it brings more realism too, because you know a lot about Jacob Fatu's background, especially from his feud with Drew McIntyre. We learned a lot about Jacob, and with the whole family thing, it's like, you just left me hanging. So I do think that brings a whole nother dynamic to it. And it's not as boring as we got with Solo and the MFTs. So this definitely brings out a whole lot else in a few Roman. And it's like the match. And also the match was justified. And it's like, I think the match will be even better going forward in the next match, whether it's at Clash in Italy or will be at Night of Champions. Not quite sure yet, but this is definitely something to actually look forward to and sink your teeth into. So Arrow also said about Backlash, he said his favorite match was Io and Asuka. They brought the closest thing we would get to Joshi Pro Wrestling and to WWE in Japan. I agree, Arrow. He said it was his most waited for match. So I'm looking forward to Jacob Fatu and Roman Part 2. I'm looking forward to what we get. You talked about the whole Royce Keys interaction to see if he gets involved in this. And also, I think we eventually do need to get the Usos turn on Roman, because at this point, Roman said, I want you guys to just stand beside me. and things like that. And we talked about it going into the whole feud with CM Punk. It's like, all right, Punk said all these things about the Usos. I mean, Roman to the Usos, and Roman has been the same person and mistreated them, been narcissistic and things like that the entire time. So that's definitely something in the back pocket. But this is something fresh for the whole Bloodline storyline. I hope this is all we really get between this and a Uso heel turn on Roman. But that's all I really got to say about Jacob Fatu and Roman